All right, in her latest book, The New Perimenopause, Mary Claire Haver explains everything a woman needs to know to thrive during an often misdiagnosed and medically ignored perimenopausal years. She'll be in Kansas City next week for an event with Rainy Day Books. Joining us now is Kathy Taranto, partner at Mint Aesthetics, who will be moderating the event. Welcome in.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yes. Okay, so the first book that Mary Claire wrote was took the world by storm. And I think it really illuminated a time for women when they don't know what's going on. There were so many questions, and this helped so many women. So the new perimenopause is naturally the next step. Tell us about this book and what people can expect.
Well, so to take a step back even, we look at many years, too many years, where women had symptoms like that were pointed to that were stress or aging or things that we should just kind of get through. And in truth, a lot of that came from fear and confusion about a study that came out in 2002, the Women's Health Initiative.
Okay.
And so from that, a whole generation of doctors stopped providing hormone therapy. And what we've now found is the risks of that study were overstated.
Yeah.
And so many of us can really thrive through hormone therapy. Yeah. And so the new perimenopause, this book is really focused on a phase in life that we're in for over a decade.
Oh. Yeah.
A decade.
Yeah.
So menopause is the anniversary. It's one day.
Okay.
Menopause is one day. I always thought it was like going to be 5 years, as learning from my mom, which really she didn't tell me very much about it.
But she probably didn't know much.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She did not know very much. And so, menopause is actually just one day. It's the 12-month anniversary to the last period that you had.
Okay.
And perimenopause is around 4 to 10 years, so a full decade of symptoms.
Wow.
It's just mind-blowing how many women are going through this time in our lives and we have no answer for all of those symptoms that we're seeing because we still have our period.
Yeah, and I know a lot of times it's misdiagnosed, or people who have symptoms they're not sure how to explain, or they can't even name their symptoms. They're like, I just don't feel like myself. Why is it always misdiagnosed?
Oh my God, you said it exactly right.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like myself. But symptoms, the symptoms that we think the most about when we pair it to menopause it's going to be hot flashes and night sweats, right? But there are hundreds of symptoms because estrogen affects every cell in our body. Mm-hmm. And so all of these symptoms, we're going to have symptoms that appear differently, which is kind of tricky because I talk to you about it as a girlfriend and you're like, well, I don't feel like that and I have my period. I'm not in perimenopause, you know. But all of these symptoms, they could include anything from anxiety, stress, frustration, anger, gut issues like bloating, constipation, dry skin, itchy skin, hair issues, joint pain, frozen shoulder. I'd never even heard of that before. New dental issues start in perimenopause. Things like, it's fatigue. You wake up and you're tired, but then you wake up at 3 a.m. and you just can't go to sleep and you just have no idea what's causing it.
Yeah. Who's this book for? Who do you think will benefit from it the most? Who should be reading it?
Oh my God, every man and woman.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't just affect me, it also then affects my kids because, and my husband, if I'm in the room and so many women will say, he just is chewing food and it irritates me. And so,
that's marriage, I think.
So it's like if you can find a path to help you feel better and feel strong at this time in your life, which would be the end of your 30s. Many women hit it, by 38, but some at 32, 38, 39, 40. If you're at that age or older, this is absolutely a book for you. I hope the women will come to the event that you mentioned earlier and bring your husband because, again, it's one of those events that's really going to change the path for so many women and their families.
Yeah. Okay, tell us before we go real quick about the event.
So the event is coming up on the 28th. It's at the Unity Chapel on the Plaza. And this is more than a book night. Yeah. This is an opportunity to hear Dr. Mary Claire Haver live, to hear real questions by real women, and to feel like, wow, I'm not alone in this moment. So, again, it's not just a book event. This is an opportunity to change the next 30 to 40 years of your life.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, that first book really made waves, and I know this one is going to as well. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for sharing the love.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
We appreciate it so much. You guys, the new Perimenopause is available now. Kathy will be in conversation with author Mary Claire Haver next Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Unity Temple on the Plaza. For tickets, you can visit rainydaybooks.com. To see this Fresh Reads segment again, you can head to our website later this afternoon.